obviously for him before and being back with him.
Yeah, I was with Coach Petrino in 2008 at Arkansas when he first took the job, and Coach P is probably the best organizer of a team, a practice schedule, and then we all know he's a great offensive mind. So he had a defensive system in place when we was at Arkansas that he knew. I think he's varied a little bit with that at this day and time because he gives the coordinators a lot more input on what they want to do. But Coach Petrino has a plan in place that I think can win at the highest level.
Did you know Coach Sermon before you got here?
I did not. I remember when he was at Tennessee, being in the SEC, and but he and we connected, and we spent a lot of time together the last 3 weeks for sure, and we got nothing but the utmost respect for him.
From what you've reviewed of the current guys coming back,
Can you repeat that? I can't hear you.
Same from the current guys that are coming back on the team that you've looked at their film or the recruits that are coming in, like how does this kind of stack up to the the teams, the rosters you saw in the SEC, and that you coached for all those years?
I think it's very comparable. There's a lot of good young men that are coming back, and hopefully we are in the process in the next 2 days of adding some more to that situation. And again, guys in the perimeter, guys that have to be on point at all time, because when we make a mistake, it ends up somebody band plays, and it's normally not the home team.
How would you like your guys described?
Aggressive hitters, guys that challenge people, and then I think the biggest thing is they have to be forgetful, because if they can't be forgetful, they're not going to be a good perimeter player, because there's not a DB that ever lined up that didn't get beat.
How where you stand on trying to recruit, I guess, taller corners and things like that? It seems like that's been an emphasis just to looking at guys that have come in the last couple of years.
Well, that's always something that you have to address as a defensive staff, because the receivers are big now, and you have to get guys that are have the length and the potential to play with the bigger receivers. So it's something that we always talk about, and they're hard to find, and but we're definitely actively trying to recruit bigger DBs.
Coach, how would someone describe you and your coaching styles?
Well, probably a little bit more laid back now, but I've always been the guy that try to bring enthusiasm, because I think you can lead kids in that aspect, and the game of football is tough enough, and so we want to try to make it as fun and as enjoyable as we can. And so the guys that I've coached in the past and the guys that I'll coach here in the near future, we're gonna have fun, because like I said, the game is tough enough.
Do you like your DBs to talk? Do you like your DBs to talk?
Well, again, you would prefer to have them, but I like playmakers. If it's a 5'8" guy and he's can get a 40-inch vertical, and he's a really good football player, I want him.
I mean, like you like them to.
Talk?
You like
Okay.
them
That doesn't bother me. I kind of did a little bit when I played at Alabama, so it doesn't bother me. I know Coach P is not a big talker fan, and but again, if you're going to talk, you got to back it up, and if you can't back it up, you shouldn't be talking.
You've been around Coach Petrino for a long time. You've coached with him. Why is he so successful?
He's a brilliant mind. He was raised in a football family. His father was a football coach, and so he understands the game, and you have to understand this game because it's changing. It's changing every day, and so I think what you've seen from him is over his career, he goes with the change, and that's the sign of being a good football coach.
What do you kind of bring to the table out of your coordinator experience? How do you feel like that'll help out the staff?
Well, again, wherever I can help out in that aspect with Coach Sermon and the rest of the defensive staff, then I'll definitely try to give some insight. But being a coordinator I was blessed to be a coordinator for Coach Spurrier, and then Coach last year in Fresno, Coach DeRuiter. But I'm a football coach, first and foremost, and so if you understand situational football. You can lend some insight, and so hopefully in the situational part of it, I can bring something to the table.
Any,
You mentioned you've been out
similarity?
recruiting a lot lately. As a guy that's new to the staff, what's your impression on how the Louisville brand is when you go into these houses?
Well, I think it's just like other ACC teams, SEC teams. I told Coach Petrino when we was discussing this job, I feel like if I walk into school and I have the Louisville logo on, I'll recruit against the Alabamas, the USCs. They'll make me any different because I think that's where this program is.
Coach, did you know Coach Dennison at all, and have you guys talked about how to work together kind of in the secondary?
Yeah, I didn't know Court at all, but I've been around Court here, the last 3 weeks, and he's a very intelligent young man, and he understands this profession. He's not a know-it-all guy, and so I'm sure he can teach me some things, and hopefully I can teach him some.
You'll know how you're going to plan to divvy it up, like corner safeties or one side of the field or the other side of the field?
No, I think we'll see what Court feels the most comfortable with, and then I'll go from there. I've been places where I've coached the corners, and another coach has the safety, and vice versa, and I've been where I've coached them all four. So, we'll do what's best for this team.
All right. That's it.